Hold fast, historical hitchhikers. Today's history lesson brings us to the kitchen. We're making the infamous 26-page brownie recipe. The US government military spec brownies that they put in their MREs. There's a video linked below on what the heck I'm talking about, but right here, right now, we're gonna go over the recipe. Keep it simple, stupid. That must be the motto of whatever military baker came up with this recipe, because it's the easiest brownie recipe you're ever gonna imagine, though it is originally designed to make hundreds of shelf-stable brownies at once, so me at my pocket supercomputer had to kind of rework the whole recipe to make an 8x8 pan. What you're going to need to do is start with a half a cup of vegetable shortening. They do not use butter in this recipe to aid in the shelf stableness of it all. You're going to mix your shortening together with your 1 cup of sugar, and then you're going to cream it together. Now, I'm no baker, but I Googleized it, and basically what you're trying to do is create kind of like sandy Play-Doh out of it, just kind of incorporate it all together right there. Then they call for 3 tablespoons of light corn syrup. This is to add moisture and help with the shelf stableness. You need about a teaspoon of vanilla, 2 large eggs. There's a whole separate document on how the eggs have to be stored, but I just pulled something out of the refrigerator there. Then you're gonna beat all that together until it's combined. Kind of looks like yellow custard right there, don't it? And then we put our dry ingredients together: a cup of flour, a half a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, and some salt. You're gonna whisk all that together real good, make sure it's all properly incorporated, and then you just dump it in with your wet ingredients and go at it with the wife's mixing machine there. It's fun using power tools in the kitchen. And now it's time for a little taste test. I'm kind of holding my breath here. The consistency's a little off from Betty Crocker, but I don't know, it tastes like brownies, right? Maybe it'll be better once they're cooked. I guess we'll have to see. You're gonna go ahead and lay that all out in an 8x8 pan, slam it in a preheated oven at 350 degrees, and then in 20 to 25 minutes, you go ahead and whip it out, and I'll be dipped if you don't have some very hot but appropriately looking brownies. There's even a section in there about if you wanted to add walnuts, but I figured the world's nuttier enough, we don't need to give it any help, but I'll be dipped if those don't look like brownies. They even taste like brownies, though my understanding is the problem is not when they come out of the oven. The problem is after they've been vacuum sealed, shoved in an MRE, shoved in a crate, put on a pallet, stuffed in a warehouse for a few years, kept at either sub-zero or 120 degrees, and then pulled out in some desert shithole and stuffed in a soldier's mouth. That's where you lose a little bit of the brownie essence, but as far as right out of the oven goes, would recommend. If you're wondering why a history guy would spend so much time on a brownie recipe, in my opinion, there's nothing more interesting than trying to get inside the mind of the US government. On that note, join us next week when we make the CIA's MK Ultra brownies.